On today's Arizona Daily Mix, does your family have an elf on the shelf? See how to celebrate 20 years of that magical little guy. Plus, it's Cyber Week, and now is the time to take advantage of big savings on that dream trip you've been looking to take. And maybe you're looking for extreme adventure in the new year. We'll show you where to do that. We've got that and much more, and it all starts right now. Good morning and welcome to the Arizona Daily Mix. I'm Teresa Strasser. Thank you for joining us this morning. I was going to say us, but it's just me, which brings me to my next point. Brad is out today, but he's going to be back sitting right here tomorrow. Lexi is out and about getting in the holiday spirit. Good morning. Well,
like Christmas because it's December 1st, and so I have my Nutcracker friends. I'm out here at Feliz Navidad Cantina at Salt and Lime, getting in the holiday spirit. As you can see, I've got the shirt on, and I've got all this swag behind me.
Very cute. Love the sweatshirt. Can't wait to hear more. Love a pop-up bar. We'll be checking back in with Lexi later. Now, I mentioned earlier the elf on the shelf. The elf has been part of families' holiday traditions for years, and I recently talked with the creators of the elf about the extra magic that the elf has brought to all of us for so many seasons. Years of the elf on the shelf. How did this get started for you, and why do you think it continues to resonate for families everywhere?
So the elf on the shelf, as people now know it, was based on a family tradition that our mom and dad did for us when we were little. We always had an elf that worked for Santa. That elf's name was Fizbee, and Fizbee would show up in our home on Thanksgiving morning, and we would race out of bed, my sister and my brother and I, to see who could be the first to spot Fizbee, because the job of Fizbee was to go to Santa at night while we were sleeping, report on the day's activities, and then come back and hide in a new place in our home. So it was always like hide and seek every morning leading up until Christmas. And then the other thing was that the elf had rules. You couldn't touch the elf because it could lose its magic. And that was very, very important. We understood that clearly.
Yes.
Then also the elf could not speak to you because it was there to watch and listen. And of course, if you're a parent, you're watching and listening, you're not talking, right? And so that's where the base idea for the elf on the shelf came from. And then later, as we grew up, my mom and Shanda wrote what would become the elf on the shelf.
Yeah, so we wrote the book together, really based on our own family tradition, and we're very fortunate to have a book that sort of explains to families how they can adopt this elf into their home and then the magic of how it works.
Well, over the years, the elf on the shelf has opened the door to animated series and music and other characters. How do you see this magical, enchanted Santaverse evolving?
Well, we are honored to be at the forefront of creating joyful family moments. And I think it is our job to do that through our experiences and our entertainment and our products. And we do it through a variety of different characters. So you might have come into our sort of world of storytelling through the elf on the shelf. But through that, you might meet other characters that you know and love, like Nora, our Arctic fox, who sparks the northern lights and helps Santa travel the world in one night. Our elf pets have become huge family favorites. And so we have everything now that we've been around for 20 years and people grew up with the elf on the shelf, where they're wanting to adopt the elf into their family earlier than ever before. So this year we're launching Scout Elf Squad, our own preschool show on our YouTube channel. And we're leaning into teamwork and lessons of kindness and all the things parents want to teach their kids. And then we have all the way up to our brand new novel this year, The Rise of Nicholas the Noble. It's very much in the vein of a Chronicles of Narnia, a fantasy adventure for our older fans. And so we've had this opportunity to lean into a wide variety of storytelling. And of course, everyone can learn all about that at elfontheshelf.com or santaverse.com.
What are some of the collaborations and partnerships that you're most excited to see come to life this season?
Well, for me and for Shanda, leaning into nostalgia is always important to us because the Elf on the Shelf came through our own experiences of nostalgia. So this year we're partnering with Basic Fun for Light Bright that is themed the Elf on the Shelf. We also have partnerships in the chocolate and the baking categories. So Flips Pretzels has a special holiday edition for the Elf on the Shelf, and so does Kinder Chocolate. Basic Fun with Funfetti. And then if you're going outside of food, which is so good at Christmas time, how about a partnership with Beaches for your Caribbean getaway, where they actually have a butler that is dedicated to your family and even to your family's Elf on the Shelf. Lots of good stuff happening. Oh, and we have a huge one with Swarovski crystals this year. The Elf could not avoid some bling, and so the Elf chose to join Swarovski crystals, first of its kind, limited edition, luxury edition Elf on the Shelf.
There are only 10.
Yeah.
There are only 10.
10 available.
Yes.
Wow, the top shelf for the Elf.
Top shelf for the Elf. That's right. It's going places. It's blingier than us, for sure.
Much blingier than we are, for sure.
Well, thank you so much and happy holidays.
Thank you so much for having us. You too.
You too. Happy holidays.
Later in the show, you may know them for their beer, but Grand Canyon Distillery has a new brew on tap. But first, looking to take one of those bucket list trips in the new year, we'll show you where breathtaking sights and adventure are around every corner.
Is this the real life?
Yeah, you know this song. The iconic band Queen is celebrating the 50th anniversary of their legendary diamond-certified single, Bohemian Rhapsody, a song that's touched every generation since it was first released. And now you have a chance to win a 12-inch blue vinyl copy of the single along with t-shirts and commemorative stickers. One grand prize winner will also receive a Night at the Opera bomber's jacket and a Technics SL 50C turntable. Enter today. Nobody has a better chance to win than you. Visit cw7az.com/win.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Discover Moab.
Well, New York has the Rockefeller tree, but Moab has something wilder. Travel journalist Jennifer Broom joins us live from Moab. She's partnering with Discover Moab to share some festive and adventurous fun. Good morning. I'm looking forward to seeing how Moab is celebrating the holidays.
Oh, well, welcome. First of all, the view from Hoodoo Moab, right here in downtown. Absolutely gorgeous morning here. Yeah, let's talk about this tree because it is so cool what Moab's doing. It is the Moab's festive tree. It's a centuries old pinyon pine that is powered by the sun. It is a solar powered Christmas tree. So something really cool to do. It's about less than 2 miles from downtown. And it's just a really neat thing. It's a backcountry Christmas tree that they have. And leave it to Moab to give you that opportunity to come in winter, which happens to be my favorite season here, to come in winter and really tap into that desert solitude. And then you do it in a festive way with the festive tree.
Well, I feel like Santa would approve for sure. I know Moab is the home to 2 very popular national parks. What are those parks like this time of year?
It's fantastic. And I do have to say, it's only a 7.5-hour drive from Phoenix. So this is very doable to come for a long weekend, or maybe you're thinking ahead to spring break. But the 2 national parks are Arches and Canyonlands. Those can get packed in spring and fall. In the winter, you can go and do like Delicate Arch, which is, I think, the most iconic hike in Arches. You can do that without crowds. You can go to all the different viewpoints and really take in those scenic sights in Arches without crowds. Another thing I like to do is to get up early and go catch sunrise at Mesa Arch and Canyonlands. That's absolutely gorgeous. And if you're an advanced hiker, Fiery Furnace, my all-time favorite hike in Arches, you have an easier time getting the permit for that. That's one area in Arches that you do have to get a secondary permit to go in for. So there's that, but there's also, I do want to quickly mention 2 state parks There is Dead Horse Point State Park. It's 2,000 feet above a gooseneck curve on the Colorado River. The view is outstanding. And then yesterday, I was in Utah Raptor State Park. It is one of the largest dinosaur bone beds in North America. It's Utah's newest state park, so something to add to your Moab trip.
Oh, that sounds like something for the dinosaur lovers in your life, of which every family has a few. What about outside of the parks? What are some of the activities you recommend?
There are so many things to do here, and it really is for every level of adventure. Of course, Moab has the extreme things. If you want to go highlighting, rock climbing, they do offer beginning rock climbing. You can go with a guide and do that. But there's plenty of hiking, biking, canyoneering, rafting, off-roading, all sorts of activities that you can do and really take advantage of this stellar scenery that surrounds Moab. And again, it's for every level. You don't have to be an advanced adventurer. I also think it's great for solo travelers like me and for multi-generational travelers. I'm giving you that hint. I know your dad, you told me in the commercial break, your dad has it on his bucket list. Get the trip to Moab planned. Take that family trip.
I feel like this is a sign from the universe because my dad's not getting any younger. He's 81 and he's been obsessively talking about Moab for about the last decade. I don't know how it got on his radar, but it is on there. And I think one of the things that he talks about is the stargazing.
Oh, it is phenomenal here. This is one of the best spots, not only in the United States, but in the world to enjoy the night sky. Both Arches and Canyonlands are international dark sky parks, and Moab itself is an international dark sky community. It's because of the low light pollution. So seeing those millions of stars, and then you get to see it with the dramatic red rock formations, it's just absolutely stellar. And yeah, this is the time of year. Plan that trip, the family trip for spring break, the summer getaway, summer vacation, or that fall getaway. Take advantage of some of the deals going on right now.
Before we let you go, what is Moab's connection to the movies?
Oh, I love this. You cannot walk around Moab and the surrounding areas without walking in the footsteps of movies. And a lot of them you're going to know, from the old Westerns to huge recent blockbusters. There's movies like Thelma and Louise, Mission Impossible. All of those were filmed here. And the new Godzilla movie that's not even out yet, the one that's coming up, it recently wrapped filming in downtown Moab. So it is such a cool to watch with the scene, the things that you see on the movie screen, and then to walk on those landscapes. It's phenomenal for the movie buff too.
Where can we learn more?
That's super easy. DiscoverMoab.com.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Great to see you.
And I think we're going.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Discover Moab.
We're getting festive at the Feliz Navidad Cantina at Salt and Lime, so make sure to stick around and find out more. We are out here at the Feliz Navidad Cantina of Salt and Lime, and with me is Sandra. Okay, so this is a process. We know that.
Yes, it is. It's a process, yes.
How long does all this amazing, gorgeous decoration take?
It takes about a month to get it all put together, set up, installed. In fact, we're still not quite done. We still have a little bit of work happening, but no one knows wiser but me. I mean, I'm the only one that knows, so something missing at that corner. There's something missing over here, but not really. Yeah.
No one knows because you see all these decorations.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have many elves that put in hard work to get this up and running for you guys.
Absolutely. I have an amazing team. They've been with me 2.5 years about now, working with me on the decor here, and we have other plans for other locations.
We'll tease that. We'll drop it there and there.
Yeah.
So, what was the idea of wanting to create this? Why were you like, someone needs this holiday spirit? When did it start?
Well, so I was in Chicago 2018 during Christmas time, and I was just in awe of all the Christmas bars they had down there in Wrigleyville. And I'm like, one day, I will bring it to Arizona. Didn't know what day, but COVID hit.
Okay.
And that October, I was at a store going out of business. I saw a bunch of Christmas decor, a bunch of beautiful red cones, and I was like, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now. And so we pulled it off in 2 weeks and just did the best we could with what we had at that time, which I look at the pictures now and I go, oh my gosh, my poor little stepchild. She had no love.
And now it's this.
It's this, yeah. But every year it's gotten bigger, bigger, better. But, it made people so happy. when we did that in 2020, and we've been doing it every year since.
That's amazing. And so we also have some food items that are holiday themed, of
Correct.
course, to go along with this. Can you tell me, we can do drinks first. What are some of the drinks we have?
So I know we have Naughty But Nice,
Okay.
or what they call the Sandra sometimes. And then we have Mistletoe Martini, and we have our Grinch Margarita, and then I forget this one, our Grinch.
Just the Grinch.
Just the Grinch.
Just the Grinch.
The Grinch theme is something because I usually walk around wearing Grinch shirts the entire time of Christmas.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the Grinch, because you guys do have a Grinch that comes sometimes.
Well, you know what? My Grinch, he actually is an employee of mine.
Okay.
And he's been with me 7 years, and he took a job, professional job, and he's now here only Christmas part-time. So we're trying to figure out when we can get him here,
Okay.
because he has a day job now.
Okay, so you got to balance it out. So
Yeah.
people should make the reservations, and he may be here.
Yeah, he
That's
may be
amazing.
serving tables and/or Grinching around. Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. And so also you were pointing, there are TVs all around us. Some of them right now are playing Christmas movies, but eventually all of them are going to be
Exactly.
playing Christmas
Yes, I
movies.
just can't get the up there and turn them on. Yeah.
right.
So every TV in the restaurant has Christmas movies going on. I mean, name it. We have what 10, 15 movies. You know, Charlie Brown, It's Wonderful Life. I mean, and you know, if one TV goes out, I put the Hallmark Channel on.
There you go.
You got Christmas.
That's perfect. Okay, so let's jump back to the drinks. We're gonna have your lovely bartender is gonna make a drink, and you're gonna walk us through what's in it. We're gonna head on over. Okay, go ahead.
She's gonna read it to me in my ear. She's say it to me. It's been a minute since I've bartended.
It has been a while.
So this is, she's making the Santarita, which is our house tequila. A little bit of triple sec. And a
Yum.
lime juice.
Look at that go. And you can see there are adorable sweater toothpicks.
Oh yeah, we have pens, straws, everything is Christmas themed. It's our napkins, but everything's evolving today.
Okay, so while she's making that, we'll let her keep making it. Where can people go if they want to make a reservation? Because that's what they need
call.
here.
They have to call. Unfortunately,
Okay.
it's fortunate for us.
Yes.
Unfortunate for them, it's between the hours 11 to 4.
Okay.
During the week is the best time because it's just such an overwhelming
Everyone's
response.
come here.
And I know I've been seeing some messaging that they can't get through, and Laura and I can attest to this. We sat here 3 days last week. Phone call after phone call after phone call, and we're trying to return all calls. We can't confirm reservations over email or voicemail, just because we just can't.
You don't know how many.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is parties with 2 to 10, no more than 10, just because of the timing. We do we ask the guests for 90-minute experience so that we can turn the tables quicker.
Perfect.
Yes, and it works well. Last year, this first year, we actually enforced that, and it made our wait times from 4 hours to only 2.
There you go. That's perfect. So you heard that. Make sure to call and get a reservation. And also you can head to our website, cw7az.com, for more information about this amazing pop-up holiday experience.
Welcome to the second half of the Arizona Daily Mix. There is still a lot more to come on the show this morning. This is one of the best weeks of the year to score major travel savings, especially on those dream bucket list type of trips. I recently talked with travel expert Janine Tornatore about her top picks, plus what to look for when booking right now.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by The Outside Insider.
Obviously, we all know that Black Friday is a great time to get deals on retail items, clothes, makeup, books, whatever it may be. But you're saying that the week after Thanksgiving is a great time to book those bucket list trips for 2026.
That's exactly right. Everyone's focused on retail, on their Christmas gifts, but if you are thinking about taking any kind of trips, small, big trips in 2026, this is the week to really think about those and plan them because there's some fantastic deals out there.
Experiential travel has been a trend for a few years now. Is there anything in that category that you're loving?
Yes, this is the category I want to start with because there's some really good deals this week for those, curated itinerary trips, the ones that focus on food and culture and local immersion. It's one of the best weeks to book these type of guided tours. And one of my favorite tour brands in this category, EF Go Ahead Tours, is offering 25% off their trips on Travel Tuesday. This is definitely one you want to jump on if you have any of those great trips on your list. I'm particularly loving their food and wine tours right now. They have itineraries like their 11-day food and wine flavors of Tuscany and Umbria. They have 9 days in Italy that hits Venice, Florence, and Rome. And these are really great because you get these amazing tour directors that do all the logistics for you, but more importantly, they really teach you about the destinations when you're there. So these are such great trips. I would also suggest, if you're considering when you want to take these, is look at their off season, which is March through May, because you're going to find really great pricing, less crowds. So you kind of stack those off season prices on top of these Travel Tuesday deals.
Okay, I love everything about that. I personally love a tour guide for all the reasons you mentioned. 25% off is huge savings. Now that we're into ski season, do you have any mountain destinations where we can find good deals?
I do. We are in the prime booking window for ski vacations. I have Utah on my list this year for a few different reasons. First of all, they're one of the most accessible ski destinations in the world. They have 15 world-class ski resorts. 10 of them are within just an hour drive of Salt Lake City Airport, so super convenient. Now, this is a great deal for families. So if you have kids in 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, and you're thinking about a ski vacation, you're going to want to listen up. You can take advantage of the Ski Utah Passport, which gives kids in 4th, 5th, or 6th grades 3 days at each of their resorts. That's 45 days of skiing for a total of $89. So if you're thinking about that vacation and you're wondering where to go and you have kids that age, Utah should definitely be on your list because it's a fantastic savings for families. I also would suggest you can find great savings at these ski destinations by going off-peak, so thinking early season in December or late spring, or going midweek anytime during the year. And I should say, too, one of the other reasons I'm loving Utah right now, they're, of course, going to be hosting the 2034 Winter Olympics. So all of these resorts are pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into them right now. New lifts, new terrain, new lodges. The resort experience for guests is getting better and better. So it's a great time to go out there and experience it if you haven't lately.
Well, getting a little more nuanced here, because you're an expert in this, I couldn't let you go without asking about some of the more complicated things like cancellation protection, loyalty perks, bundling, and getting savings that way.
Yeah, there are ways that you can get additional savings, and it's just some things you should think about before you hit book this coming week. So number one, don't just look at the great prices, but also look at the real value adds you can get. There's a lot of deals out there where you'll get resort credit, free room nights, maybe some loyalty perk deals as part of it. So make sure you're looking at what those extra value adds you can get as part of those. Number two, make sure you read the fine print. Know what the change in cancellation policies are. Are they flexible? Are there blackout dates? Is what you're getting non-refundable? Some of those things may work for you, but you want to know before you book. And then finally, as I kind of mentioned earlier, look at those off-peak times to take your trip so that you can add those additional off-peak savings on top of those Cyber Week deals and just get an even better deal as you head into 2026.
Great information as always. Where can travelers go for more information?
Yeah, please follow me on Instagram. I'm at The Outside Insider.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays and safe travels.
Happy holidays.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by The Outside Insider.
The countdown to the holidays is on, and if you're still trying to wrap up your gift list or get your home holiday ready, you're definitely not alone. Brad recently talked with lifestyle expert Christine Pilara about how to tackle the season with style.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored on behalf of Lindt, CauseRx, and Aeroband by A1 Broadcast.
Good morning, Christine. How are you doing this morning?
What's up, Brad the Man? Happy holidays.
Yes, it is that time of year. So let's talk about good ways to get ready for the holidays.
Yes, okay. First of all, listen, it's fun to shop on Christmas Eve if you want to, but if you have to, that's a whole other story. I'm a reformed procrastinator. I say start making that list. Beginning of November, I mean it. I did it on my iPhone notes. That way you can really give awesome, intentional, special gifts for those you love.
I like it. Okay, so how do I elevate my holiday season in giving?
Okay, well, this is giving yourself, your family, and your guests an incredible gifts brought to you by Lindor. Melt into those holiday moments with Lindor. Sharing bliss truly is as simple as just filling up a beautiful bowl and letting guests discover the magic inside every delicious truffle. Luxurious Lindor truffles, they add that instant touch of festive holiday magic. I have them in my kitchen. I put one in my dining room. And this year, there's even more to celebrate because for the first time ever, they're in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's called the Master Chocolatier Ballroom Float. Look at that, it's so special. Don't miss the magic this Thanksgiving. You know how delicious they are. Your family's gonna love it, your guests love it, and it just brings back that nostalgia. I love it.
Do you understand that I said to myself literally this morning, hey, I'm not gonna do it this year. I'm not gonna go get the chocolate. I'm not gonna have it around. I don't want to. I wanna make sure, I'm doing good. Now you just showed me. Now I gotta go get some.
You do. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Darn it, because they're delicious.
They are. I just sneak in my room by myself and eat them after dinner.
Same.
I love it.
I know.
Let's talk about looking good for the holidays.
Ooh, okay. I know you're a man who knows his way around TikTok. This was a TikTok viral sensation. The brand is called CosRx. You might have heard of their snail mucin, their runway-approved peptide formula. Well, now they are helping our tired eyes out. The peptide collagen hydrogel eye patch. I used it this morning. Oh my gosh, low molecular collagen, niacinamide, caffeine, pink vitamin D, that's what gives it that pink color, vitamin B12. It's gonna lift, tighten, and depuff your tired eyes in 10 minutes. It refreshes instantly. It's perfect for, if you're getting ready for that big holiday party, or if you just want to reset, quite frankly, after the party. It was used at Paris Fashion Week, so as I like to say, the top models can use it. Us mere mortals can use it. It's an amazing price point, and you can find it right on Amazon.
Okay, on my way to get some. I need some to make, those eyes pop.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about sparkling. Any sparkling creative ideas for some gifts for people?
Okay, how about this? This is so fun. For the creative person in your life, the musician, the wannabe musician, you got to get the Aero Band Pocket Drum 2 Max. You can play your drums anytime, anywhere. You're not going to disturb anyone because all the sound goes through the headphones or the speakers. So drum indoors, go ahead and drum in the public library, drum in that dorm room. It is going to be fine because it's portability on the go. The drumsticks, pedals, adapter, they're all lightweight. They can just pack up easily. How fun is that? It's not only fun for the drummer, but it's really quite nice for those around the drummer. It's a very satisfying, thoughtful gift. And right now, you can find it on Amazon or aeroband.net. Get this, use coupon code BDBEAT5 and you get a whopping 25% off, Brad. How about them apples?
I like that. I have a few people I want to get that for just to watch them out in public playing. It would be just amazing. So
I know. So fun.
Any other quick recommendations that you have for us for the holiday season?
You know what? I just say as we go into this busy time, focus on those that you love. That's the biggest gift in my eyes. I have 2 teenagers that don't ever seem to want to spend time with me, Brad. That's a story for another time. No, I'm kidding. So I try to do fun things with them, like let me take you to your favorite Italian restaurant. Let me come for a walk. We're going to walk the dogs together. Just get that face-to-face time as much as you can, because that's really the best gift that we can give each other.
I like that. That's so cool. Okay, where can we find more information on all the things we talked about?
tipsontv.com. That's tipsontv.com.
Christine, have a happy holidays and thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. You too.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored on behalf of Lindt, CosRx, and Aero Band by A1 Broadcast.
Looking for that perfect holiday gift? Grand Canyon Brewing Distillery has coffee subscriptions and Arizona-made spirits that ship statewide. Jen Pruitt joins us with the festive details. Welcome.
Hi.
Okay, so give me the history. I know there are a lot of locations up north. You guys were making whiskey.
making whiskey now since 2017, but John Peasley's the owner of all of this wonderful stuff, and he opened in 2007 the first Grand Canyon Brewing Company, and in 2017 started distilling, and in 2023 started making coffee. This guy's a mastermind. He's always coming up with things. He has locations in Williams, Flagstaff, Page, and Kingman. He also owns Cruisers Cafe, which is a Route 66 themed cafe on Route 66 in Williams. The distillery and the coffee shop have just been open a couple of years. So
well, y'all started with beer.
Started with beer. So this is the Trail Mix pack. It comes with their 4 best-selling beers: Sunset Amber, Horseshoe Bend, American Pilsner, and my favorite, Prickly Pear Wheat. This is an award-winning, delicious beer.
I'm a sucker for this packaging. Okay, I'm going to crack it.
I mean, crack it and top that beer off.
All right.
The packaging's adorable. The prickly pear, I mean, how much more Arizona can you get? Add a little bit more prickly pear wheat there. You've got to give it a smell. I know you can't drink it, but you got to give it a smell. It smells so good. You can smell the prickly pear. This is definitely a favorite, but this is a great thing to bring to parties because everyone has a different, type of beer they like, and you can share it with friends.
Where can you find the Trail Mix pack?
They have those at Total Wine, Bevmo, other fine, beer retailers. They also sell them at all of their locations.
And y'all are starting a coffee subscription today.
Yep.
This is a great gift, and let me tell you why. It keeps on giving. Every month you get new coffee.
Yes.
And of course, this is supporting a local brand, a veteran-owned brand, and you're drinking small batch coffee made and roasted right here.
Right in Williams, Arizona. So there are 3 different kinds. There's the blonde, which you see here, which is more of like a breakfast blend, a light citrusy blend. And then this is the whiskey barrel aged. You can take a look at those beans. You can just smell those beans in here.
They're so beautiful.
They've been aged in the whiskey barrels that these are made in. So they're going to give you like a very vanilla whiskey forward flavor when you make your coffee with those.
Oh, that is whiskey forward, Jen.
Before the segment, I was joking with Maddie that I'm like, I want to take these home and make some chocolate covered espresso beans, because wouldn't that be a fun thing to do with those?
So these are aged in these same barrels that the whiskey is aged in. Oh, that's brilliant.
So they started making spirits in 2017. We've got vodka, gin, ready to drink cocktails, a lot of different things, but I brought 3 of the really popular whiskeys today. So the blue corn bourbon is made mostly with Arizona ingredients, Arizona blue corn and Sonoran wheat. It's got a very caramely flavor when you pour it, which is delicious, like butterscotch and caramel. And then Starshine is a single malt whiskey, and that is the most awarded spirit at Grand Canyon. It's made with a 100% 2-row barley. And it's got a very chocolatey tobacco flavor when you pour it. It's very smooth. This is the limited one, Old Bill. You can only get this at the brewery or online, which, again, all the spirits you can ship anywhere in Arizona. So send somebody a bottle of locally made spirits.
This is a great gift. It's locally made, it's veteran owned, and this one's the most exclusive. You can only get that one online as we celebrate Old St. Nick with Old Bill.
Exactly.
Before we let you go, how do you find these? Because you can put in your order today and have your shopping done.
Go to GrandCanyonBrewing.com and click on shop, and they've got merch, apparel, coffee, spirits, everything can be shipped.
Jen, thank you so much. We'll also put all that info on our website, cw7az.com. Coming up, you can see another way to support military families during the holiday season. That's coming up next, right here on the Arizona Daily Mix. Desert Financial Credit Union is proud to make home ownership accessible through the Community Heroes First-Time Homebuyers Program. And here to tell us more about it is the VP of First Mortgage, Larry Jackson. Welcome.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, let's talk about this program and who is this really for? It's not just military.
No, it's not just military. It's also for the educational field. It's for the medical field. So not just nurses and doctors, but anyone who works in the medical field, whether that be receptionists taking appointments, whether that be custodians, anybody within those fields, along with first responders like firefighters, policemen, and anyone working in those departments, as well as civil servants, government workers.
So we talked about educators, and it's not just teachers. This is a custodian cleaning the school. This is an administrator, an assistant in the classroom. Anybody's eligible for this.
As long as you're working for the For the department, absolutely. So if you're working for a school district, whether it's a custodian or an administrator or a teacher, anyone who works for the district itself.
And this has been really helpful in getting people into their first home that would not have had the opportunity, because coming up with 20% down payment, that's a lot of money.
It is, especially with home prices being what they've gone after the pandemic. With such a rise in home prices, it's made homeownership somewhat less affordable. And so this allows people to get into a home without the money down, like you said, without the private mortgage insurance as well, which can be a big detractor on the payment.
I don't think people really understand PMI. I barely understand PMI. I just know I don't want to be paying it.
Yeah, PMI just basically covers the lender. So you pay a premium to cover the lender in case you go into default.
That's like me paying your dental insurance in case you get a cavity. That's not my problem.
I don't disagree, but it is a premium that's out there that's typically required by the secondary market that we have on every loan to protect the lender in case of default. And then in this case, we've taken on that risk, and we say we're willing to take the risk for these hometown heroes, these community heroes that we want to support.
Think about how important these folks are to our community, the people who work for the government, the first responders, the teachers, our veterans, active duty, and to put them in a home with no money down, like, that must be really meaningful for you on a personal level.
It really is. That's why we designed the program. We wanted to help people. That's what Credit Union Space is all about. That's what Desert Financial is all about. And so it was great to be able to form a program that was so helpful and something that means so much. Homeownership really means a lot, not just to having a home, having a roof over your head, but to your future, your financial future, to your family's future. Really gives stability to families, and we really want to support that for all of our community heroes.
And we really appreciate that, of course, you're helping teachers, people who work for the government, first responders, but military. And I want to talk about that for a moment because, of course, you are the title sponsor of Hometown Heroes Toy Drive, which works with veterans to make sure that their kids have a Merry Christmas and have all the gifts that they need. So I just want to take a moment to talk about that because, of course, we are still looking for toys. So join us in our annual Desert Financial Credit Union Hometown Heroes Toy Drive, presented by Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company. You can help the families of our fallen, wounded, and deployed military members, as well as our Arizona first responders. Simply visit cw7az.com. And Larry, if people are interested in becoming first-time home ownership and they fall under one of these categories, what's the best way to get in touch?
You can either contact us through our website, so go on to desertfinancial.com, and there's an apply for a mortgage button on there that's very simple and easy to do online. Or you can contact one of our mortgage loan officers at any one of our branches, and they would be more than happy to talk through the process, talk through what you're eligible for, and how they can help you get into a home. And we would look forward to helping everybody that we can.
Thanks for all you're doing, and thanks for being here today. We'll also put this information up on our website, cw7az.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you're watching right now, we need your help. We are looking for the most remarkable woman in Arizona. You know that person? She goes above and beyond. She creates positive change in our community. Is there a remarkable woman in your life? We want to meet her so we can recognize her on the national stage at our event in Nashville. That's next year. For information or to nominate someone, visit cw7az.com/remarkable. Remarkable Women is brought to you locally by our friends at Lloyd Baker Injury Attorneys.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Arizona Reproductive Medicine Specialists.
The goal of the experts at Arizona Reproductive Medicine Specialists is to help educate people on the difference between ICSI and IVF. And joining me is Dr. Drew Moffitt from ARMS to give us insight. And I said ICSI, but you call it?
We just call it ICSI. ICSI stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection.
Wow. And then IVF?
IVF is in vitro fertilization. So basically IVF is where we fertilize an egg in the laboratory. ICSI is a way of fertilizing an egg in the laboratory. So IVF is where we just mix the egg and sperm together and let it happen naturally. But when the sperm is abnormal, what we can do is just use a kind of a robotic system where we pick up a single sperm and inject it directly into egg to get fertilization.
And why is this important for those that are wanting to have this type of procedure?
So what happens is we have about 40% of our patients, it's a male problem and the sperm is bad and we're worried that it won't fertilize an egg, and IVF can be an expensive procedure and you don't want it to just crash and burn because you didn't fertilize the egg. So what we do in cases where there's any question is we just pick up the sperm and inject it into the egg, and 75% of the time we'll get the eggs to fertilize, and so it's very, very effective. There almost isn't a male factor problem that we can't treat with ICSI. If we can find a sperm, we can use it. It even works for people who had a vasectomy. Rather than having that vasectomy reversed, we can just basically do the equivalent of a blood draw from the testes, get sperm and inject it into the egg, so it's very effective.
Let's talk about something you said very important, that is, of course, not always the egg having the problem, but the sperm having the problem. And that's why, again, this is so important to learn some of this stuff so you know what's going on.
Right, yeah. So a lot of people will get discouraged. You know, they'll do one of those home tests and they'll see things are bad and the guy will just say, well, game over, I'm out, you know. But the reality is there almost isn't, you know, if there's sperm at all, I mean, in an IVF procedure, we'll get maybe 15 to 30 eggs, so we only need 15 to 30 sperm, not 15 million to 30 million sperm. So it's just a game changer, really.
Let's talk about some things that men and women can do to be healthy when they go for this procedure, because that's one thing that's really nice. If they're healthy, then you're going to be able to find those sperms and eggs that are going to work together better.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing on the guy part, and I think we talked about it in an episode before, is don't use testosterone, because if you're not making sperm, we can't get sperm. So you have to be making it, and using testosterone is the big thing that will basically shut off your sperm and make us not able to do that until you get off of it.
Yeah.
So
You also meant about heat for men, that you know, we go into the sauna, we go into the hot tubs. That's not always the best for us, is it?
Yeah, especially in Arizona. I mean, if you're outside riding a bike or doing something like that, you know, it's a big problem.
Yeah. The other thing is to talk. That, I think, what a lot of couples kind of like forget to do is talk about this, especially when they're going through this kind of procedure or they're seeing there's problems.
Yeah, I mean, especially for guys, I mean, there's a big ego thing, and you know, it's like it's her problem, not mine. And when they find out it's theirs, they get really discouraged. This technique really allows us to very easily get by the sperm problem, and it's just not an issue anymore.
Yeah, doctors, it's so important. How long does it usually take to do something like this?
So an IVF procedure will take from the time we talk till the time we have embryos, about 6 weeks.
So, wow, that's amazing. So, all right, let's talk about where they can find more information about this and with the arms.
At arizonafertility.com, and you can look in the info tab for ICSI, just ICSI, or just in the search bar, and you'll find it.
Perfect. Doctor, thanks for joining us this morning. So it's always good talking to you about these type of health issues. So
great, thank you.
Also, if you want more information, you can head over to the CW7AZ.com website.
Great.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Arizona Reproductive Medicine Specialists.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. Tomorrow on the show, we'll get a holiday performance from the Phoenix Children's Chorus and see how to take your holiday party to the next level by pedaling to the festive fun in Old Town Scottsdale. Plus, we'll see the must-have toys of the season for the kiddos. Thank you so much for being with us today. We'll be back here tomorrow. You can always head on over to CW7AZ.com. Bye.
Content segments on the Arizona Daily Mix were paid for by Discover Moab, A1 Broadcast, Lint, CauseRx, Aeroban, The Outside Insider, and Arizona Reproductive Medicine Specialists.